Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous with me, Bring It On. Now let's actually go back and jump across this chasm.
I'll go ahead.
Or fissure.
The mongrel did it.
You again. You again. The frog points her sharp beak at you. You wrecked everything in the scar, and now here you are. Without your messing, Xanthir the Plagued One would have made the Vrock a great demon by now. All is lost. Lost. And that cursed creepy crawly Jerabeth is laughing at the Vrock again. The demon caws plaintively. How does Xanthir make demons great? He has a special ritual for that. And crystals. Crystals are the crux of it. Naknir, Nadri. The name is hard. The Vrock does not remember. When you put the crystals in a demon, it makes them great right away. Walking around, laughing, spitting at the Vrock. Even when it is no mighty demon. Just a mangy abracandilu. When the Vrock becomes great, oh how they will all pay. I'd wring your little chicken neck if I wasn't in a hurry. I'm gonna kill Xanthir Vang himself. Get out of my way or die. Xanthir. Kill. In sheer terror, the demon defecates straight into the floor, filling the surrounding air with an unbearable stench. Flapping her wings awkwardly, she flies as quickly as she can. Oh sweet, we leveled up. Level 14. Level 14 Gendarme gets Greater Banner. At 14th level, the Cavalier's Banner becomes a rallying call to his allies. All allies within 60 feet receive a +2 morale bonus on saving throws against charm and compulsion spells and effects. Mobility and Persuasion. Sela at level 14 gets Aura of Faith. At 14th level, a Paladin's weapons are treated as good aligned for the purposes of overcoming damage reduction. Any attack made against an enemy within 10 feet of her is treated as good aligned for the purposes of overcoming damage reduction. This ability functions only while the Paladin is conscious, not if she is unconscious or dead. And Divine Weapon Bond +4. Trickery, Knowledge World, and Perception. Socio gets more spell slots and more skill points. Low Religion, Perception, and Persuasion. Nenio, Knowledge Arcana, Knowledge World, Lore Nature, Lore Religion, and Use Magic Device. Alright, so I'm going to grab this. I doubt I'm going to use it, but it's good to have. And beyond that, I guess we'll grab Prismatic Spray. Alright, and land gets a new key power and a bonus feat. Athletics, Mobility, and Perception. Alright, so Diamond Soul. Monk gains spell resistance equal to his current monk level +10. In order to affect the monk with a spell, the spellcaster must get a result on a caster level check 1 to 20 plus caster level that it equals or exceeds the monk's spell resistance. And I think I'll just grab Dodge here. Adarushalai gets a Combat Style feat. Ability, Trickery, Stealth, Perception, and Persuasion. Oh, and Knowledge Arcana. All these are great. You give her skill focus as well. Let's do Point Blank Master. For the short bow. And Bucephalus. Athletics and Mobility. And we're all set. Let's go back and check one thing real fast.
So awesome, Lan.
Oh yeah, that is a dead
Always
end.
be ready for the worst.
Hey, actually, before we proceed, let's go ahead and fill out the rest of our spell slots. That's only 1 round per level. Rather get something that lasts a little longer. Eagle Soul is also good. It's another round per level spell, but it is worth grabbing. Then we get an extra Death Ward. I can use the third casting of this on either Ivu or Bismuth. I'll probably use it on Bismuth. I think we'll do this instead. Or do this instead. How long does this last? 1 minute per level. Yeah, then what we'll do is instead of her having this, we'll just go and grab that. Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
You're irrelevant.
I know the way.
A quick save just to be safe. Okay, they just keep on coming. Should be a fun fight. The demons land on the rock with one heavy thud after another, the sounds merging into an unending barrage. More and more fiends appear around you. Many of them are twitching, convulsing, their heads rolling on their necks like they've been stunned. Their disgusting flesh bursts open before your eyes, and strange crystals grow from the wounds. A well-built female cultist gives you a mocking salute. How goes it, Crusader? Don't you feel a little out of your depth here? While you were wandering around the sanctum, looking for the thing that makes the demon stronger, Xanthir the Plagued One gathered up all the fiends he could, and performed the ritual on all of them. He was in haste, and didn't take proper care, so a few of the demons died in the process. But it makes no difference. Even you, with your power, stand no chance against this army. I'm gonna fight till the end, no matter what happens. Of course you will. But your end is nearer than you think. Oh no, Don Quixote. Looks like we're done for. This fearsome horde's going to overwhelm us at any moment. I'm so afraid. I can barely stand or hold my sword. Sela barks a laugh, piercing the cultist with a glare. Not afraid, Paladin? You should be. Where's your light? All I see is the darkness closing in. The cultist's words are drowned out by the resounding call of a war horn. Dismay ripples through the demon host, and a moment later, everything around you is filled with blinding light. Imperious.
In the name of Iomedae, I say to you fiends, flee, for you will find no mercy here. Forge onward to your enemy, champion, and have no fear. The warriors of heaven will keep the monsters from your back.
The hand of the Inheritor. Here! Damn it all! You'll answer for this some other time.
And it looks like most of my buffs wore off. Oh no.
Do not fear! Do not waver!
What an inopportune time. Alright, so I think hastening us up is the best bet. I guess we're gonna do a prayer here as well. Actually, let's do Righteous Might. That'll probably come in handy.
I will resist.
Maybe an Enter 2 would be nice as well. Alright, haste is out. Let's go ahead and cast Slow on the demons. Alright, then we'll just get to work. Front to back. Oh, wait. Our protections fell off, so we don't need that up. Ivy's gonna kill us if we do. Whoops, didn't mean to loot. I'll take care of this guy next, I guess.
You still fight.
Alright, what do we got? Take care of this guy
Into
next.
the fray!
Got a couple more of these heals.
I need your assistance.
She needs to be healing herself as well. Yeah, having our buffs fall off right before this fight was, not great.
I'm alright.
Endure this.
Why is she running forward? Hey, Nenio, get back.
I'm done
I'll
with
remove
you.
this
You have
obstacle.
Ray of Frost. What are you doing?
You should have listened to reason.
Nenio, please stop doing that. Thank you.
Follow my lead.
Alright, so I assume we can't go back this way. Yeah. I guarantee this is where Xanthir Vang is at, so we probably need to rest to get our buffs back. I think if we do that... Well, we shouldn't hit corruption, according to this. When you look at that, I've made it through another day without being killed or eaten, and without looking any more decrepit than I did yesterday. Not too shabby for a mongrel.
I know what to do.
I will help where I can.
Are we short? I thought we had 4 castings of Mark of Justice.
Rely on me.
Nope, don't cast that. It's restoration.
The goddess protects
No
us.
reason to pause.
The world has suffered enough.
Alright, we turn Ivu's breath attack back on. Let's have her our Sonic resist again. Nope, 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 nope. Not on her. That's a waste.
You require my unbiased
I think
opinion?
that's it for him for now. Oh, she actually has a little bit of ability damage. Gonna take care of that. Alright, and where did we leave off? Go.
I'm all ears.
Alright, I guess we're all set. I don't think Bismuth grew, did he? Says he's affected by it. "39 strength, yeah, okay. he's doing okay for himself.
I am prepared.
Alright, let's quick save and enter the laboratory.
As it should be.
Another quick save just to be safe. Never be too safe. A figure in a loose hooded robe stands facing away from you, hands raised in the air. "I have given you the gift of strength. Arise and fight in the name of Discari, of Baphomet, whomever you please. I command you, defend my laboratory." Fools. Feckless, useless morons. I'm surrounded by idiots. What have I done to deserve this? What crime have I committed that the universe would punish me so? He shouts and calls them names, and thinks that'll make them listen to him. Mr. Swarm that walks, may I ask you a question in the interest of science? Aren't locusts generally afraid of sparrows? In your position, I would have thought it more sensible to turn into a flock of sparrows. But then you have to worry about cats. Don't care to comment. Nenio sighs. I don't like this one. He reminds me of the bladesmith who tortured me. He was an arrogant swine too, but he never berated and yelled at folk. No, he spoke so softly, so deliberately, every word dripping with venom. Xanthir the Plagued One, you're the one who has been imbuing demons with powers never before seen on Galarian. I've come to stop you. The figure in the hooded robe slowly turns around. Its face and hands are a writhing mass of locusts. If you listen closely, you can hear the rhythmic rasping of little feet and wings rubbing against each other. It is a nickname, the Plagued One. My students coined it as a way of showing their respect. I abhor it. You must know this and be trying to rile me. Or you're an ignorant blatherskite flapping his gums. Xanthir falls silent momentarily, and the rustling of the locusts under the cloak becomes even more prominent. Whichever it is, you can claim no superiority over my useless minions and the demons that inhabit my sanctum. I despise my idiot students who cannot even take a single step without an order from me. I despise demons, self-satisfied imbeciles who prefer to tear chunks of flesh from each other and carry out my instructions. I despise Discari and Baphomet for forcing me to work with them. The chirping of the locust grows louder, sounding threatening. I despise you, Vandal. You came into my laboratory, smashing up my specimens and interfering with my work. Away with you. Get out. Now. Oh, we're invisible.
Together, we stand.
Alright, well we can do a couple of things. That's the case.
Please allow me.
Are we in trouble yet?
I will help where I can.
Focus on the goal.
Will defend my dream.
Wait, why did it turn into turn-based? And hit a key. Here, let me just turn that back off.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
It's gonna do challenge evil as well. He should still be casting this, ideally.
Make every strike count.
Prepare yourself.
We're hasted already. Let's do Icy Prison on Xanthir. Other than that, we should be all set, I think.
The light take you!
Alright, Challenge Evil has been activated. Let's do get our Deva out. He's done casting that. He'll summon his Axiomites. I almost called him Axiomatics. Ivu, you come in here and attack too. You use a Sonic Breath weapon. Since we have our protections up. I mean, my... Okay, there we go. Turn into swarms. So it's like, my character's not even gonna get to attack.
You're irrelevant.
Alright, let's get our slow out then. Did we get our Dave out? We did not. Let's do that still.
Did you see that?
So against swarms, we probably want Fireball, don't we? Let's use his wand. I keep forgetting to do that. Rod of Mysticism. Get the summons out first, and then we swap to his quarterstaff and start lobbing fireballs. And she wants to cast slow, I think. I can't imagine the swarms are going to be... Oh, they are affected by slow. I guess there's no reason why they wouldn't be. Maybe even Phantasmal Web. So I guess if they're part of Xanthir Vang, he's probably going to make most of his saving throws. Why am I not getting my summons out? There we go.
Desna, guard my head.
Alright, not a fan of the swarms. Don't have a lot of AoE damage, besides the fireballs that he has. My options. I guess against the swarms, this is probably the better option. If it works. I don't know if that's even going to work against them. But we will see. I'm going to pop that one. Alright. I think all the demons are down. It's just the swarms left, so let's start focusing fire.
No glory without risk!
Just one at a time. Slowly but surely taking him out. I have like fireball scrolls I could use. Or Blade Barrier. I'm not going to cast that on my party, though. The swarms are, are inside of us. Oh, she doesn't have this memorized. I don't want to swap it out for any of those. I think we'll be fine. It's going to be slow going, but I think we've got this under control. My Ivu's doing damage to him, I think, so yeah. Slow going, but we got it. He's out of fireballs. Let's swap him back to his proper weapon.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I don't like her being in melee, but it'll be fine. Everybody healed up. Alright, now they swarm down. I don't understand why. Well, I guess because they're engaging her in melee. Does that make sense? They're immune to Phantasmal Killer, so let's swap her to something else that might actually do some damage. Like Ray of Frost.
Make your peace.
You won't survive me.
I reduced to 0. That's fine. Again, my party's not really designed to fight swarms. We have a lot of physical damage, and they don't care about physical damage. Oh, but Bucephalus is down.
I will resist.
This spell doesn't work like that.
Alright, let's take him out. Nenio, let's use your enhanced Phantasmal Killer.
Let's try this way.
I might have to smite him again since he's like a different body. Oh, that wasn't too bad. I mean, the swarm part was frustrating, but we got through it. Defeated, Xanthir drops to his knees. For a few drawn-out seconds, all I can hear is the rustling of the locust shifting under his robe, the sound suddenly morphing into rasping, unnatural laughter. Who could have predicted that a Vandal, my enemy and the enemy of my masters, would be the one to rid me of my excruciating servitude? You're an unforeseen, unknown quantity to solve the impossible equation. Such an elegantly simple solution, all of my problems. Their laughter dies away as quickly as it came. Xanthir lifts his head and looks out at you from his locust-swarmed face. You've earned a reward. I know why you are here and what you seek. You destroyed my laboratory, stood in the way of science, and halted my demon transformation experiments. But I doubt you know the source of the Nahindrian crystals necessary for the process. I'll show you the path to the truth, Vandal. But first, you must answer 2 of my questions. Rushlight reaches out to touch your elbow, but drops her hand halfway. Instead of touching you, he whispers fearfully, "What did he do to himself? What did he turn himself into? It's not even a demon. It's an abomination that would sicken even the denizens of the abyss." An abomination? You stupid succubus. I've received reports about your attempts to change your nature. Do you think your experiments are any less disgusting than mine? Besides, we reject shame. In the world wound, everything is in constant flux, and it is glorious. Such a pity that it will not have a worthy chronicler, no matter what the outcome. The brainless mortals will scribble down some boring account that could apply to any war. But this war is truly a story of grand metamorphoses. A flourishing land has become a wasteland. A mortal has become a swarm of insects. And a demon seeks to ingratiate herself with the Crusaders, and flirts with the commander like a besotted shepherdess. I didn't. Rushlight hides her face in utter humiliation. Why are you so sure I don't have that information already? That of my intellect is a foolish move. If you already knew the truth, you would have directed your efforts to destroy my supply routes, not breaking into my laboratory. Why do you think I'll believe you? Because it's the logical thing to do. What motive do I have for concealing information that you will inevitably learn from the notes scattered around my laboratory? Xanthir falls silent for a moment. Furthermore, I would very much like to see your face as enlightenment dawns. Alright, ask your questions. In the location of my laboratory before I was forced to relocate to the inhospitable Ivory Sanctum. It was in Dresden. Correct. Did you know that, or did you simply guess? It's of no consequence either way. Now answer me this. Why was my laboratory located there specifically? Why was Dresden chosen for my residence in the World Wound? That's where the Nihindrian crystals were being sent. Oh, that sweet moment of insight. The moment when the final layers shrouding the mystery suddenly fall away. The locusts beneath Xanthir's herd chirp derisively. I've been acquiring and continue to acquire Nihindrian crystals from the Rift in the Midnight Fane, a shrine located deep below Dresden. The entrance to it is located right in the heart of the city. It is sealed by a barrier created by Aurilu Vorlesh herself, and later disguised with the symbol of your own precious Iomedae. Xanthir steels himself and slowly stands. What is it like to realize that the enemy has all this time been concealed in the bowels of your very own fortress? Don't bother answering. It was a rhetorical question. Now let us finish this, Vandal. End my existence and free me from the burden of carrying out the orders of idiot masters and offending my eyes with the sight of their feckless followers. Midnight Fane. What is it, and how have the demons managed to hide it from me? Your naivety is worth lingering in this world. A surprising, incomprehensible phenomenon. I regret that I will not be able to study it under laboratory conditions. Chittering laughter emerges from beneath Xanthir's hood. Deep below Dresden, where the power of the Sword of Valor cannot reach, there is a place where the abyss and the material plane meet. It is where Lady Aurilu opened one of her rifts, creating a direct route to the abyss. That is where the Nihindrian crystals are coming from. The rift leads to... I suppose I don't want to spoil the surprise, Vandal. You do still love surprises, after all. Why didn't the demons attack Dresden from the inside, given that they had access? Such an attack will reveal the secret of the Midnight Fane to the Crusaders. It has no right to fail. Unfortunately, you impressed Darazan so much during the battle for Dresden that he lost all courage. I am sure you'll meet him in the Fane, aggrandizing himself at the expense of whoever happens to be around. What a laughingstock. However, sooner or later he will certainly try to attack Dresden from the inside. He's more afraid of Discari than you. What are Nihindrian crystals? Special keys that can, with the proper handling and after a tedious ritual, awaken mythic powers in a demon. The process was discovered and developed by the great Aurilu Vorlesh, my mentor. She calls it transformation. Those that have undergone it are called mythic demons, for their powers truly deserve to be glorified in myth. Are you that eager to die? Why should I even answer your questions? Why stave off my final transition to blissful oblivion? Xanthir cocks his head to one side. I will answer you, but only out of my own curiosity. I want to see what intrigues a lowly creature such as yourself. Have you seen my underlings, my so-called students? What, I ask you, can they hope to learn from me? Buffoons. That's what they are. A pathetic parody of scholarly devotion. They hear my words, but they do not understand them. Mindless fanatics and cultists. Idiots besieging me with their endless questions. Killing them is pointless. I cannot banish them or use them as test subjects, because as soon as one dies, two more sprout in their place. Xanthir's voice is drowned out by the locust's furious churring. And the demons I am forced to work with, they're unable to fulfill even the simplest of instructions. All their tiny minds can think about is how to chew one another to pieces. Darazand, Minago, Jerabeth, they all started plotting against me as soon as I took up my post. How am I to work under these conditions? I am surrounded by utter morons. My only ambition has been to study the sciences, to discover secret truths, but instead, I've been obliged to manage a herd of brainless animals. I found myself at a dead end. I cannot abandon everything and leave. I'll only be exchanging life in this unbearable place for life among nameless ruins, constantly aware that my former masters could find me and exact retribution. I could hardly continue my work without my laboratory. Xanthir grows quiet for a moment. You have given me a way out, Vandal. A place where only peace awaits me, where I have no students or masters. Death. I am tired. You rail against your allies and stupid students. You're the one who chose to work with them, aren't you? Why? Are there really so few forces in the world you could have aligned yourself with? Balderdash. Although there is a modicum of logic in your analysis, a narcissistic mania for self-aggrandizement achieved by placing myself in a milieu doomed to failure. Perhaps there is even a subconscious desire to be in constant tension. If I were planning to continue my existence, I'd add this idea to the list of interesting topics for rumination. Who are you, Xanthir Vang? Xanthir makes a sound that is not unlike a sigh. I am a higher being. I surpassed my mortal shell, discarded it, transformed myself like a larva, becoming a locust. My loyal service to the dark arts has not gone unrewarded. Lords Baphomet and Discari both gave me their consideration. I earn respect on this side of the world wound, and the only person whose respect I have not won is my mentor, Rilu Vorlesh. That is all that is permissible for you to know. I want to know more. How did you achieve this state?
What a find!
I won't be telling you anything. I did not spend years conducting research, carrying out experiments, and studying forbidden texts just to give it all away to some vandal. The sacrifices I've made, the impossible truths my mind has had to encompass, Discari's philosophy, Baphomet's sophistry, Aresh Kagal's riddles, the nebulous ravings of lesser-known demons such as Iziagna. You've probably never even heard of these names before. It's enough that you have managed to get your hands on my notes. They say there is no king's road to knowledge, but for vandals there isn't much as a dirt track. If you want to achieve what I have, then follow the path I had to take, every single step. Sela frowns. What's with all the questions? Why do you know enough about this freak to destroy him once and for all? The best thing for everyone is if the knowledge of how he came to be like that dies with him. Do not ask him about this. There are paths of which it is best not to know. What this man has done is more frightening than anything I've seen, than anything I've done to others. I beg you, do not look into how Xanthir Vang fell. This knowledge is a danger to your soul. What's it like being a swarm? It is impossible to explain to someone who has not made the same exalted journey. Endless bliss, endless splendor, endless solitude. Among the lower creatures, there is no one who can understand me now. What do you know about Rilu Vorlesh? She is my mentor, although she has never given me the slightest recognition. It was she who invented the method for transforming demons using the Hindrian crystals. Admiration, envy, and hurt all vie for dominance in Xanthir's voice. She is the best of all humans and demons, a true scientist, pioneer, architect of the world wound. It is ironic that both the Abyss's finest scientific minds were mortals once, isn't it? She's a true scientist. I wholeheartedly agree with every word the swarm says. Who is it that praise their friend? Arilu is a criminal, whichever way you slice it. You gushing compliments about her puts you on the same level. Me? On the same level as Arilu Vorlesh, one of her devoted followers. Oh, what a lovely thing to say. Thank you. What can you tell me about Jerebeth? A troublesome gnat who thinks herself queen of this dung heap. She hates me for usurping her in the sanctum, but she doesn't dare go against the orders of Baphomet and his daughter, Hepzimira. Jerebeth is a known quantity, and a negligible one at that. Kill Xanthir. I'll put an end to your existence. Farewell, Vandal. I would thank you if I hated you any less than my master. May Baphomet and Discari burn, and may you burn with them. Alright, we'll loot him, and then we'll loot the rest of the room. Got a small key, scrolls, old grimoire, headband of vast intelligence +6, which might be worth swapping out. This is what, just +2. I really like the quickened haste and spell, or haste and slow. So, Old Grimoire. This Old Grimoire grants its owner 3 slots for 1-level spells, 2 slots for 2-level spells, and 2 slots for 3-level spells for the wearer's spellcasting class with the highest caster level. So I don't care for reach. I think we'll do this. Which gives her some more spell slots. Which is always exciting. I need to reorganize this a little bit. I think I will keep a couple of these on hand just to be safe. And grab another grease. Where's it? Go. We'll grab an extra mirror image here as well, if I can find it. And maybe I can run one of these and do a couple more blurs. So Blink can make it so your own buffs can miss your character. It's a very good spell, but it's also, it can be a little tedious to use. You need to cast it last. One more haste. There we go. Alright, I'm going to call it here. Next episode we'll loot this room. Okay, and we should have a shortcut back to the main part of the Sanctum according to Jerebeth. So we'll deal with that next time. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.